Galatasaray and Limoges.
Yes, and you need to play first, and the second that is going to be our X and O's our decision.
Well, hello everybody, good evening and welcome. This is the Basketball Champions League round of 16 Group K opener between Galatasaray and Limoges. Group K coming at you from the city where East meets West.
I mean, you know why we're here? We can honestly be the underdog of this situation, so let's go, let's play without pressure, let's break this game. Yeah. Limoges 3, 1, 2, 3. Limoges.
Well, that was a look inside both locker rooms. Also, the players getting off the bus. Is Galatasaray taking on Limoges in the opening game of Group K in the round of 16, the Basketball Champions League. And so we enter a new phase of the competition. You can see Group K consists of these two teams and, of course, Unicaja and AEK. Two teams that will square off tomorrow night, tipping off at 8:30 Central European time. And no doubt those teams will be monitoring events here tonight in Istanbul. The Galatasaray faithful excited, and you can see they've got a passionate core group of fans that turn out every game and create an incredible atmosphere in the Sinan Erdem Arena, which of course is where the 2010 FIBA Basketball World Cup, the final stages were held. That remarkable tournament, hard to believe, more than 12 years ago. And Galatasaray getting their passage straight to this part of the competition thanks to their great performance during the regular season. They made it winning their group. So they come in full of confidence, having strolled to the top spot in Group C, beating out Hapoel Holon.
Of course,
here's the Limoges coach.
Because, I mean, this team, it was not supposed to be here, so we did an unbelievable job. We won the play-in with the third game on the road. So for us, it's already a big challenge to be here, and we are happy. And now, for us, the pressure is zero, and I think we can enjoy more than the other teams in this group. You know, the fact that we can be an underdog and we can be on the court where the ball doesn't weigh that much.
Well, you ought to go back and listen to his game before the play-in series at MHP Reason. Very similar comments, and they got blown out. Javon Graves, Wilfred Yegite, Javante Hawkins, Nicola Long, Hugo Designet, Cedric Mbaka, Yannick Nkombo, Machu Wojciechowski, Luca Ugolon, Gavin Schilling, and Thomas Kislink playing for Cancellieri, who has done a remarkable job with the turnaround that Limoges have had this season, and he's got his work cut out tonight going up against Galatasaray. A couple of new players, Darren Russell, Dusan Ristic. There's Russell, who's come in to replace D. Bost, who parted ways with the club to move back to France, where he had played professionally.
Well, first of all, you know, the past is the past. Right now, it's a new group, a new situation. We need to reset and focus on the game, each game by itself. What we did so far doesn't matter so much. Like you said, we're coming over here with minimal preparation. We haven't had the normal practice. We got guys in the team like Daron that didn't even practice with the team, didn't even run 5-on-5. But you know, it is what it is. We got to work the way we know how to hustle in the game, and hopefully we get a good result.
Thank you so much, and good luck for today. Thank you.
And for Galatasaray, Tyrus McGee, one of the all-time great scorers in the Basketball Champions League. Sadiq Emir Kabaja, perhaps in front spot, running for the Young Player of the Year. Who knows? Yunus Sonsirma, Dusan Ristic, who just joined, Angelo Calario, Darren Russell, who also just joined, Jahabe Floyd, and all the way down, very talented roster. But again, a team in a little bit of a state of change, and it remains to be seen how they adapt, because obviously preparation is key, chemistry is key. And let's don't forget that Limoges coming into this off the high of an unbelievable series against MHP Riesen-Lewisburg. Going back to that last game they played last week, the Game 3 decider, fell behind by 22 points, yet never gave up and fought back to win a thriller in overtime, with Bryce Jones sending it to overtime with a jump shot right at the free throw line at the elbow, and then winning the game with a baseline jumper. So cometh the hour, cometh the Iceman. That is certainly what Bryce Jones was in that series, and Limoges have all the confidence, but they don't want to relax. You know, if they come in thinking they've already had a great season and everything else is icing on the cake, they will be right to be beaten. So we shall see, but I know that they were also very relaxed, according to their coach, going into their last game, trying not to feel the pressure, and they were beaten soundly in Game 1 at MHP. So I'm sure he's got his players' attention. Yes, there's no pressure, yet you got to be ready to play. So there's a fine balance of being mentally tuned in and ready to go. Zero in. This Limoges team, though, what a story. You know, they have the type of season so far that is a dream season. And anytime you can advance the way they have, they lost their first 3 games of the season. Can you believe it? Yet rebounded, made it to the play-in series, and despite MHP Riesen-Lewisburg, who made it to the Final Four having home court advantage, this Limoges team bounced back from a Game 1 loss to a Game 1 defeat to win both games and advance, and to do so in the most thrilling of fashion. So yes, it has been quite a journey for Cancellieri, the Italian coach, who really, really has done a fine job, and perhaps should be amongst those you know, in the chatter when it comes to Coach of the Year, because anytime a coach can keep his team locked in the way that they have been. And I will say this as well, that, you know, he admitted they were having a tough time early on, but it was part of the process. He never gave up. He always felt like they could turn things around. So from his standpoint, I'm sure everything is going according to plan. But they have got a test against a Galatasaray team that, yes, is talented, but will all of that talent gel tonight? And I think that is the big question. No excuses, though. And this is probably, you know, you look at the likes of Russell and Ristic. These are guys that can play the game. So they're going to come out. They got to do the basics right. Russell, perhaps more pressure on him as a point guard. Yet here's a guy, Darren Russell, who really distinguished himself in his days, you know, from Philadelphia, going on to play at Rhode Island for the Rams. Terrific career there. And just like Lamar Odom at Rhode Island, then had a 5th season at Maryland, and now he's launched his pro career. And what a series. So the good news is, I guess really for both of these teams, is that this is not a play-in. This is a group. So tonight will not define you, but if Limoges can get a win on the road, that would certainly set them up nicely to advance. I feel like they have what it takes to move on into the quarterfinals. I picked them to be amongst the top two teams in this group. Who knows? Maybe I'll be wrong. Maybe this Galatasaray team will get it done. How have they been playing with D-Boss? Well, D-Boss has been one of the great players, really. And all the time that he's played, certainly one of the most exciting players, and has gotten better and better. But he had an opportunity that he didn't want to pass up. He moved to Asvel in France, and meanwhile, Galatasaray just kind of reloaded. Ristic is a really good player as well. So tonight, Ademir Zarapovic, the crew chief in the middle from Bosnia and Herzegovina, Michael Proch from Poland, and from Croatia, Martin Vulic on the left. And just 2 emblematic players in this competition this season. Dylan Ennis, look at his numbers on the left for Galatasaray, and Javante Hawkins on the right And you can tell that both of these guys mean a lot to their teams. And with Ennis, you know, you look at him and, well, if you want to learn a little bit more about him, well, we'll talk about that in just a second. Javon Graves, Wilfried Yegete, Javante Hawkins, Nicola Long, and Matthew Wojciechowski in the starting five tonight. Wojciechowski often has come off the bench. You know, really, in a sense, it doesn't matter who starts; it matters who finishes. But he has been a player, I think, that's grown in stature under Cancellieri, the coach, and full marks to Limoges, not only for making this appointment to get Cancellieri, but to ride through those rough times at the start of the season and to stick with him. Angelo Calario, Dylan Ennis, Jahive Floyd, Goxon and Coxel, and Tyrus McGee in the starting five for Galatasaray.
Finally, if we get pressure on our point guard, if Tyrus or Dylan, whoever grabs the ball, got pressure, you got to give him a release speed, okay? Come over here and attack.
Hey, be aware of full court press off the rip at the beginning.
Sevgili basketbol severler, her iki takımın karşılaşmaya başlayacak. İlk beşi konuk takım Limoges, 3 numara Javon Graves, 6 numara.
Well, I'll let you read that because I didn't want to interrupt in case you were listening to the coaches. Andreas Pistiolis, really like what he does over there on the bench. And again, we saw Cancellieri already. And what I was saying about Dylan Ennis, well, go and listen to the latest BCL Buzzer Beater podcast, the first episode that was launched over a week ago. New episodes added bi-weekly. And there was a good one about him and his brother, Tyler Ennis. So you can learn a little bit more about that man right there. Hails from Canada. And there's Yegete, one of the French players that tried his hand at college basketball, played for the Florida Gators, Had a terrific career there. Now he's back home in France and getting better, I think, every season. Hello, everybody. Good evening. We are underway here in Istanbul. Galatasaray winning the opening tip and attacking the basket to the right in those garnet uniforms. Calario passes it outside to Ennis, who gets it to the corner. Goxon and Coxel, and an offensive foul down low. So the foul on Dylan Ennis, who so often has come off the bench over the years, but perhaps the departure of D. Bost has led to his insertion in that starting lineup tonight. Yegete to the corner. And the first shot is good. So Graves, the first 2 points, and that shot taken confidently. Limoges in a 2-3 zone starting out, saying to Galatasaray, you got to beat us from outside. Oh boy, that's not good. Cancellieri won't be happy that his team gave away that rebound in the zone. So Calario gets his first 2 points. Nicola Long, and his dump not there. Long only just named again in the France squad that's going to play in the European qualifiers for the FIBA Basketball World Cup the next window. Here's Coxel for three. Wojciechowski doesn't get the rebound, and another layup putback for Calario. Well, those are the two easiest buckets that Calario has ever scored, and he's just scored them at the start of this game. Graves. And his pass, I think it's fair to say, took off, sailed out of bounds. it is again. And I don't care how tall you are, you're not going to get that one. Pass out to the perimeter. And three-pointer is good. So Tyrus McGee gets it to drop. And, well, his stature grows. Remember, he came into this 10th all-time on the BCL scoring list in the scoring charts. Here's Nikola Long outside. Wojciechowski. That was short. Offensive rebound, Yegate. Nikola Long. Now Graves. And the pass. And Wojciechowski leaves his feet and hangs on the rim. Good patience. So with that last basket, Tyrus McGee tied Tony Taylor on the all-time scoring list. Those two guys now tied for 9th all-time. Here's Dylan Ennis. And another offensive rebound for Calario. That's how he's earning his living tonight. Ennis again. Oh, rims out. Then the ball knocked out of bounds. And Limoges really struggling to take care of those defensive boards tonight. Now the three, Long, and he ties it up. So into the corner, Goxen and Coxel, and that one looked like it was going down and stayed out. Graves to Yegate. Wouldn't say he's necessarily the most offensive-minded player. Passes it back outside to Long. Shot clock down to 3. Long has to put it up. He does, and that is what you call a shooter's roll. Terrific. Ennis dumps it off. And again, doesn't drop for Floyd. Long gets it to Yegate and couldn't make the pass. And oh, nice soft touch from Yegate. Well, they've scored 9 unanswered points and have forced a timeout over there on the Galatasaray bench. Look at Yegate. He wanted to make the pass, took his time. Ennis left him, thought he was going to make the pass, and it left Yegate with a short little jumper in the lane.
Who's going to attack? Who's going to get some fucking contact? And if fucking everything over there, let's play some fucking defense on that guy. Be aggressive. They do whatever they want. They cut. They go the rebound. What kind of start is this? What kind of soft start is this?
Let's go. Hey, if a shooter coming over the pick and roll have to be hot, I need help on the shooter.
God fucking damn it, hey.
It's only the 15 is the only shooter who's coming up. Yeah, I know, so I have to be hot, but you gotta see it too.
Hey, two side here. Two side here. Get the ball over here. One, pass him, get the handoff, and be fucking aggressive over here. Dive strong to the basket, and get a fucking dunk on the offensive rebound. You take shots and
well, I'll let you digest those remarks from Pistolas. Just so you know, folks, the Basketball Champions League, of course, in the business end of the season. The top 16 teams battling it out in the 4 groups until March 22nd. And the top 2 teams in each group reaching the quarterfinals. And, well, every game matters, and courtside 1891 is the place to watch these games. Gives you a one-stop solution to watch all live games and on-demand content so you can follow every minute of action in the Basketball Champions League, as well as other club and national team competitions. however it suits you best. Now the ball sails out of bounds and from McGee. So something about that passing for both teams. This is the second time the ball has just gone way over the head of the player in the corner. But Courtside 1891 live streaming over 500 games of men's, women's, and youth basketball, including the round of 16. And we're getting to see right now Graves drill the three-pointer here on the game of the week. He's got 5 points. And this time the tap is good. And from Floyd, I believe. You'll be able to see as you look at Yegate going up and throwing it down. And again, Graves pulling the strings now. He sees Yegate, and Yegate is like, I'm going to go for a career high tonight. He has been a fast starter. So 2 quick baskets from Yegate. And it's 16-9. In fact, he's got 4 points. He's not a big scorer, but getting it done right now. Ennis drives in. Strong move. They battle for the rebound, and it stays at this end. Tyrus McGee. McGee dribbles right. And for 3. And how many times are we going to see some good-looking shots from Galatasaray just be a hair off and come out? That's about the 3rd time we've seen a ball rim out. McGee guarding, oh boy, too much dribbling from Long, and Ennis gets the steal and the dunk. Dylan Ennis had enough. And Long has to know he can't just sit there. Nobody told him to get rid of it either. That probably will be the only time he makes that mistake, but Dylan Ennis only too happy to come up and force the turnover, to come up and get the steal, and go down for the dunk. And now a little finger roll and a foul called on Calario, so Luca Ugalon is going to go to the free throw line. Well, look, Ugalon has had some big games this season. Here goes Ennis, another replay. That is his game right there. He is explosive. And we'll see Ristic come in for the first time tonight. So just as a reminder, all of the Basketball Champions League round of 16 games will be on Courtside 1891, as well as the quarterfinals in April. And then, of course, the big, grandiose event, the Basketball Champions League Final Four in May. So if you don't want to miss a moment of the journey, just watch all the games on Courtside 1891. Ugalon making that free throw to take it up to an 18-11 lead. Claudio. McGee soars in. Oh, did the hard part, and then Long able to throw the basketball off of McGee. We had Tyrus McGee mic'd up once this season. You have to go back and listen to that on the FIBA, on the Basketball Champions League social media channels. Here's McGee. And McGee this time does follow through, and he makes it, and he's fouled by Schilling. And right now, if I'm Limoges, I'm worried because Galatasaray have had a lot of shots that looked like they were going to go in and did not. And eventually those shots are going to fall, just like that one. Schilling picks up his first foul. Schilling, the German big for Limoges. McGee takes his time, gets it back to a 4-point game. Kisley, the Czech international. Has it knocked out of his hands. Oh, boy. Nicola Long under a little bit of pressure and rushes up a shot. And they stay with it, but the basketball goes out of bounds. And it seems like really the athleticism, the quickness, the aggression of Galatasaray really is giving them an advantage. They're trailing 18-14, but it might not be that way for long. Big minutes here for Kisley. A big shot, the second consecutive time, a chance for a three-point play. This time Ristic, you know, we talk about big developments and obviously no Bryce Jones tonight. So that is, nor do we have Desi Rodriguez for Limoges. So they're missing a couple of very important players tonight. Ugalon goes out. Cancellieri doing a little coaching. Doesn't want excuses. You can see that. Ristic, newly signed, comes over. And the basketball batted away into the corner. Coxel, Galatasaray. They've trailed by several points, and now they can take the lead. Coxel outside. Ristic for three. Well, it looks like he's settling in just fine. He knew exactly where to go on the court. That three-pointer takes it up to a 20-18 lead. So timeout Limoges. Let's go down to the bench.
Why you overhelp? I don't understand why, Gary Shirley. I give you a game plan and you play your game plan. I give you a game plan, you play your game plan. That's an A1 going right after the switch, and that's a shot of the player that shoots the ball. No. Hey, he's one-on-one. Hey, Mike. What we got next? Triple.
Well, Limoges have signed Malcolm Miller, but he hasn't dressed out tonight. It's only a new signing, so he's a power forward coming in because of Rodriguez not being available, and also without Bryce Jones. So they are without the hero of the Game 3 win over MHP tonight, and also one of their main guys, Desi Rodriguez. Who's going to step up? You know, big minutes going to be played tonight by Kislink, that's for sure. And now the pass knocked away from Ristic. He gets it back, goes right at Yegate. He's blocked, he stays with it. And a jump ball has been called. So good hands from Yegate. So Dusan Ristic making an impact here at the beginning. Only been on the court for 2.5 minutes. Already has a three-point play and a three-pointer and a couple of rebounds. So Hawkins goes out, Graves, bounce pass, Yegate. Oh, what a play from Yegate. And if he ever was going to choose a game to come out and play well tonight, tonight is the time to do it. Yegate with those absences. Now Russell in the game, number 24. Ristic's been good. Here is Russell getting it down low to Calario. And again, Limoges riding their luck a little bit as Galatasaray got the basketball into a good position, just did not finish. Coxel guarding Graves. Shot, game clock winding down. Graves missing. And Ristic gets it over to Russell, puts it up from midcourt. And that was a little bit long. Well, we're right where we were when we started at the end of the first quarter as Galatasaray NEF leading it, or excuse me, tied Galatasaray 20 and Limoges 20. So Bryce Jones missing tonight with a persistent thigh problem, a thigh injury. So given the night off, just erring, well, you could say erring on the side of caution. And I just don't know if he would have been able to contribute anyway. He needed to be out of this game. So it is a big absence not having Bryce Jones tonight for Limoges. It's all hands on deck. And of course, new signing Miller as well, not ready to go. So Galatasaray start with possession here in the second quarter, and Ristic just continues to pay dividends. Terrific. Well, a lot of second chance points being scored tonight by Galatasaray. Here's Graves to Yegete, and the reach and the foul on Russell. 6 second chance points. 4 by Calario and 2 now by Ristic. And Russell guarding Graves over to Long. And Kabaja has checked into the game. He gets the rebound. Here's Russell, steps back. Oh, wow. He took that with confidence, didn't he? And all of a sudden, Galatasaray leading at 25-20. And it's the new guys that are fitting in a seamless transition into this Galatasaray team for Russell and Ristic. Wojciechowski, but the foul called before the shot. Mustafa fighting through the screen, whistled for the foul. Long, Yegete into the corner, Graves, and Kislink reaches in and commits the foul. Shot was not precisely in the corner, but it was certainly close to the corner. And again, here comes Galatasaray, who right now are putting the pressure on. Limoges. Russell has already struck. Here's Kabaja. You can count that one as well. And things are going very well for Galatasaray. The lead has grown to 8. And Limoges, remember, they came from behind. They trailed by 22 points in their last game at MHP Reason. Lewisburg to win that one in overtime, but without key men tonight, I'm not sure they want to fall behind any further against this Galatasaray team. Kisling, tough drive, tough make. Kisling, a player that really likes to get up the floor in transition. But right now being asked to create in the half court. Russell, another 3, and this one goes off the rim and out of bounds. This is a tough finish from Kisling. Right at the end of the shot clock as well. Nicola Long. Back to Yegite, over to Graves in the baseline, and good job, Ristic. Showing us some defense as well. Now, Ennis, oh boy, you can't stop that. What a drive. Ristic just had something these other players, Ennis has something that the other players don't have, and that is the ability to accelerate. He's got some quickness, but Kisling now coming to the fore for Limoges. Entry pass to Ristic. He turns, he puts it up with the left hand. Good rebound, Yegite. Hawkins back and missing, but the ball goes out to him. Kisling. They share the basketball, and another foul called on Galatasaray. That's number 3 in this quarter, and it's Ristic. And that was a good call. He got him on the left arm. Ristic joined this team from Fuenlabrada in Spain. Entry pass to Long. Gets it to Hawkins. 3-point shot. Ougalon, and that was short. It's going to stay at this end, though. Ougalon this time passes up the 3 and drives and finishes with the left hand. Well, he was chastised when he was taken out of the game in the first quarter. Man, that was a sweet move. Ennis. Mustafa steps in, and nice finish. Nice follow through from Mustafa. Well, that was a tough pass and catch, and the foul on Mustafa. And great job by Hawkins making that catch. Excuse me, the foul on Ennis. Second foul on Dylan Ennis. Remains to be seen if he goes out of the game. That's a huge plus for Limoges. Although it does bring McGee back in. Oh, alley-oop pass, and he is, And they're going to wave it off. They're going to call an offensive foul on Graves, pushing off. Well, that was a good try. It happened before that. Well, the way that call was made by Vulic, the Croatian referee, it was no doubt about push off. Russell. The drive, and McGee missing. Yegete, oh, can't control it. Stays at this end. Now you really do get a feeling it's all hands on deck right now for Limoges against Galatasaray. Kabaja out to the wing. Mustafa catches it on the right. Lets it fly, goes in and out. And again, Hawkins. Ugalon. Ristic not able to corral the rebound. Hawkins. And Baca, by the way, in the game. Where's number 20 for Limoges? Tyrus McGee. Hands it off to Ristic. Now he gets it back. Here's Tyrus McGee again. Mustafa dumps it down low to Ristic. Oh, even though the help came, he just kind of turned and softly made the shot. It's back to an 8-point advantage. Long from deep, and Cancellieri asking for a timeout. The drive back outside, and the reach and the foul called on Mbaka. So instead of taking the timeout, a change has been made with Wojciechowski coming in for Yegete. Schilling also entering the game for Hawkins. And the ball goes out of bounds. And Limoges just trying to hang on right now. Little runner, and oh boy, Schilling not able to get the alley-oop to go. Mustafa quickly to the other end and shoots it over the backboard. So that was Wojciechowski that got a hand on the basketball as it was going up. But nevertheless, they gave him possession. Ugalon, boy, that was a huge three-pointer for Luca Ugalon. And 3:10 remaining. Big shot. Limoges struggling for points. He's a good shooter. Not sure why they would leave him.
It's okay. You make turnover, so what? You lose your focus after that, and your guy goes on fast break. Stay focused on the goddamn game. Hey, he's not guarding 15. Anybody except 15. Okay, he's the only post player over there. If the number 3 gets in the game, you're gonna get number 3. You understand? First of all, press break. Press break. Tyrus, get the ball, Tyrus.
Galatasaray with a 20-15 edge in the rebounding right now. One more three-pointer as well. Ugalon, he had a couple of big three-pointers in the Game 2 win in the play-in at home against MHP, Riesen Lewisburg. So that last three from him cut the deficit to 5 with 3 minutes remaining here now to be played in the first half. And Russell joined this team from Mornar Bar and missing it from deep. Ristic, the other newcomer, outside to McGee, who also joined in mid-season. Three-point, oh boy, Russell was fouled by Wojciechowski. And Wojciechowski has fallen victim. You never like to foul the three-point shooter, without question. Russell was definitely going to go down because Wojciechowski was so close to him. You want to get a hand in the face. You don't have to get the block. You just got to make sure you do not make contact. And Russell has gotten himself to the line where he can stretch the lead back to 8. So Russell gets all 3 to go. So many solid point guards in the United States. I mean, they just come from everywhere, and he's one of the latest really good point guards to find his way to Europe. And now Galatasaray benefiting from his presence. Here's Long coming out. And good challenge on the boards, but not enough from Ugalon. And a chance now for Galatasaray, and Russell doesn't hesitate, and he hits the 3. It's their biggest lead of the game. And you can only imagine Pistolia says, Darren, you have the green light, because he has been shooting when he's been open. He's a full meter behind the arc. And a little bit of Philadelphia magic in this Galatasaray team.
We can attack, you go. So we have the 2, okay? On defense, you are, and offense, you're playing the 4. Next section is this. Dribble 1. Ugolan. After the handoff. Yegete screen for him. 1-on-1. Dunk. On pass here. Nico is here. Kisling is here, okay? After is cold cross.
Well, Galatasaray went 1-5 in the round of 16 last year after winning their group. And they understand how you have to be ready when you enter this phase of the competition, because they have played like it tonight. Limoges in uncharted territory. They've won the play-in. They've made it this far. And there are no gimmies in the Basketball Champions League. Every single game is going to be tough, rough and tumble. And they have encountered a Galatasaray team tonight that has looked the part. They've looked like a team that's kind of lived up to some of the preseason hype, even with some of the changes in the team. Ugalon puts up an air ball. And McGee decides not, oh no, he does get it up the end. Hummer! And Hummer checking into the game and scores. And now the lead is 13. Graves. Kisling. And boy, without Kisling tonight, Limoges would be in real trouble. He has come out and really delivered. Tomas Kisling now with 7 points off the bench. Russell. So the foul on Kisling. And because they're over the limit, that puts Galatasaray back at the free throw line, and it's also the third foul for Kislink, which is a blow because he's been providing offense. And Cancellieri saying you just don't want to give away a foul to a player that far away from the basket. Don't reach. Just a silly foul. Unnecessary. Not only that, you put a good free throw shooter on the line. Russell has made all 5 attempts tonight. And with that, the lead goes back to 12 points. Graves and Hawkins, and now another turnover, and Galatasaray off and running, and Calario, the lead, 14 points. Limoges just don't look like they have enough weapons tonight. I mean, Galatasaray are making them look desperate. Look at that. And you can only sing the praises of Russell and Ristic. They have been great tonight. Only having just joined the team. You heard Pistiola saying before the game, you know, we haven't had Russell in any 5-on-5 practices. Designate comes into the game. Russell goes out. Sirma comes in, and that's another good weapon coming off the bench for Galatasaray. So it doesn't get any easier. Tough shot made. Good job by Hawkins, his first points of the game. McGee. Sirma. And gets it to Calario, and the lead goes back to 14. Limoges will try to hold for the last shot. Hawkins puts it up from deep, and it's good. Well, at least they executed the last offense. Gets it back to an 11-point deficit, but you can just feel it. Limoges really up against it tonight against Galatasaray. And if Galatasaray can keep that focus, that concentration, it's hard to perhaps see Limoges coming back, but who knows? 48-37, Galatasaray leading Limoges at halftime.
You conceded 48 points in the first half. What would you like to say about your defense?
I mean, we allowed too many easy points, you know, in the fast break especially. Then we give them 3 fouls when they profited from the free throws. So we gotta, obviously this is a defensive game, so we gotta take care about our defensive half.
Thank you.
$11 fast break points for Galatasaray.
You did not start well, but after that your reaction was really good, and your personal performance was good also. What would you like to say about the first half?
Yeah, we had a slow start, especially in the first quarter, but the next 10 minutes in the second quarter, we showed how we should play. And I think that's the key for the second half. We gotta start hard, especially on defense, and then that's how we're gonna get easy points on offense. So the second quarter was good, but we have to
8 rebounds. Of course, Ristic has 7 of those. They've shot the ball exceptionally well, a combined 6 of 10, and also 3 of 5 from three-point range. I don't think, I mean, to me, that is probably the biggest development of the game, that those two guys have been able to come in and in some respects, probably make Galatasaray even better before the recent shakeup on the roster. So it's all looking very good right now. Ristic clearly experienced and knows how to fit into this team. And it's an opportunity tonight for Limoges players like Ugalon to come out and show what they can do. He was able to hit that 3, but the Limoges defense really needs to pick it up. Giving up 48 points in that first half, just way too many. Well, Tomas Kislink with 7 points, and 7 very important points coming off the bench for Limoges tonight. Luka Ugalon also with 7, and that just kind of tells you the situation for Limoges. I mean, you wouldn't expect those guys to be leading them in scoring. Hawkins hasn't been his best tonight, although he did just finish with a flourish. He's got 5, but Kislink, with his driving and his jump shooting, has at least allowed them to stay within striking distance. 7 points on 3 of 4 shooting from the floor, 1 of 2 from deep. He does have the 3 fouls, however. Well, as debuts go here in the Basketball Champions League, Russell could not have had a better one in the first half. 11 points, 2 assists, 1 rebound, 2 of 4 from the floor. That's from three-point range, and he's 5 of 5 at the line. He also has a couple of assists. It's all happening. Galatasaray, it looks like they've got a new star on board.
Waist up too, but now you can see how quickly transition goes up, gets rejected.
Friedrichsen to, the throw down from Ehudis, the alley-oop. That's a big play coming out of the timeout. That ought to calm some nerves for Ritas Vilnius.
They got to switch everything on defense. Butsiale, alley-oop, and one more time, Iyak Shamlar. That man again is simply unbelievable.
And again, look at Horvat, reaches in, anticipated, behind the back pass, showtime! Goodness me, McDuffie! Gregor Horvat has taken the game over.
Gets a switch on defense. Gotta get it. Step back. Takes it. Oh, baby! Are you kidding me? Limoges! Henri! Good night! Look at the step back. Big time. Henri! Good night, Limoges. That is for you. The king. King Bryce Jones. The throne is yours. I cannot believe it. He's broken the hearts of all these fans here in Ludwigsburg.
points, and actually your three-point shots were not good enough as you expected, I think. What would you like to say about the first half, and what are your predictions for the second one?
You think 48 are too much? Yeah, I think so. That's the problem, because we try to alternate the defense. The problem on a one-on-one, in this moment, we're terrible. I mean, if we don't become consistent and solid, everything we do, it will be tough. And then remembering a little bit the skills, like if we allow three-point shot to Russell like this, there must be something wrong. And on the second quarter, we got to change their face. For us, if we don't score threes, it's not a problem. We have to be balanced, you know, on the back court and on the front court. That's our problem.
Thank you so much and good luck. Thank you. You scored 20 points at first quarter, but after that second quarter as an offensive, it was really good. 28 points in 10 minutes and 11 points difference in the first half. What would you like to say about the performance?
Look, the game is far from over. We're playing against a team that has proven in the past that can come back from much bigger difference, so we need to be very serious. The important thing is that we're setting our pace in the game. The game so far have been in the terms that we want the game to be, and we need to keep this up right now. But this is a very good defensive team, so we cannot count that we're going to score 100 points against them. We're going to start defensively the game and focus on disrupting the game and forcing our pace.
Thank you so much. Good luck.
Well, that last point made by Coach Pistiolis might be the most important made at halftime. If they can dictate the tempo, they can force some turnovers, get out and run and score easy baskets, this thing could be over in a hurry. And he's also fully aware that Limoges have proved they can come back from big deficits and that they are not going to give up. But what an encouraging night for Galatasaray to start with Russell. He's been great. Ristic has been great. And really it's got to be on the defensive end from Limoges. They gave up far too many points in that first half. And yes, of course, their coach would like them to have some more threes, but it's all about being able to score from outside and inside. And you might, you're not going to get it all back at once, but who knows? You go on a run, you're right there. So I think this start of this third quarter is going to be crucial for the rest of this game. If Galatasaray can come out and really put on the Jets and open this thing up and make sure this is played at their pace.
So right now, you're going to go number 15. Okay, number 15. And if he runs pick and rolls, you're going to switch that. Okay, I don't want to give them... No. These two. Okay, number 15, you're going to switch that. So strong on number 13, switch with number 15. Okay, and avoid on whoever else is going to be over there.
No, also back to the basket. If you wrap around him, he will not block you. It's easier to play against big. Up and down, okay? Zipper face to attack. The attack is so you're gonna stay in front of him, but you really need to watch. I mean, if you want the ball aggressive, so zipper face up and down, dribble one, and for the pick and roll, we can start using flop. Okay? Andiamo. Go!
Well, Cancellieri probably wishes not only could he have Bryce Jones, but the new signing Malcolm Miller tonight, who has arrived, the 29-year-old from Taiwan, or Chinese Taipei, where he was playing for the Taishan Dreamers, averaging almost 18 points per game, blocking shots, shooting well from deep. But at the end of the day, he knows his team better than anybody else. Cancellieri And it goes without saying, Limoges need to have a good start here to the second half if they want to give themselves a chance in this game. Thomas Kislink with the 3 fouls. He is going to start the Czech Republic international. Graves and Tyrus McGee having a little chat here before the third quarter gets underway. Third quarter action underway here. Limoges with possession, and Javante Hawkins missing a shot he simply has to make for Limoges to have a chance in this game. I mean, that is like a layup for him, a player of his ilk. He knows it. He'll be disappointed. And then Yegate picks up the foul. Calario, who was a real problem in that first half. Driving down low, has the ball taken away. Good defense, and you saw the starting 5 out there for Galatasaray. It's Calario, Innes, Koksel, McGee, and Ristic. And great defense. Calario clearly was not expecting the double team. Hawkins picked up the dribble, gets it to Long. Shot clock, and now he gets it back. And with a running attempt, under pressure with the shot clock winding down. Calario again goes right up against Hawkins and banks it in. He even absorbs some contact and takes it up to a 13-point advantage. Graves, taken out as he gets close by McGee. McGee was trying to stay with him. Yeah, he got Graves on the right leg as he was going past. So the clock stops and the free throws. And as we look at the Galatasaray faithful, it's a good chance for Limoges. The clock stops, the game slows down, they get a chance to make some free throws. So good looking free throws from Graves, gives it back to an 11-point deficit. Calario catches it down low, back outside. Koksel. Oh boy, they gave away another rebound, and this time it was McGee that flew in to get the offensive board. Ennis dumps it off. Good D, but Ristic there picks up the loose ball and scores. 12 points for Ristic. Look at the second chance points. I believe that's now 13 second chance points. Graves. Kislink chases back. Ristic for 3. And Calario kept it alive. And the foul. They just simply cannot rebound the basketball. Galatasaray crashing the offensive glass. Ennis gets down the baseline, and he's fouled by Kislink. That is number 4. So Kislink is going to sit down. Great work from Dylan Ennis, getting to the baseline, making sure there was contact, and getting to the free throw line. So Ennis gets both the drop, and the lead is 15. Hawkins to the baseline, and he is bumped out of bounds. Well, definitely got there before him, so they were fortunate at Limoges to have the foul call, but then the missed 3. And Galatasaray, you feel right now on the verge of lowering the boom. The pass to Ristic. And Yegite fouls from behind. Two fouls on Yegite. Here's Coxel. They just can't get the basketball. It is unbelievable. Limoges, they can't get a rebound. The Galatasaray are absolutely drilling them on the boards. Look at that, surrounded, hemmed in by 2 players, Hawkins and Wojciechowski. And yet Calario, who leads the world in offensive rebounds tonight, gets the basketball and takes it up to a 16-point lead. 4 of his 6 rebounds have been on the offensive glass, and on 3 of those, he has gotten scoring opportunities, and now the ball goes off of Long's hands. And quickly in transition is McGee, and another offensive rebound and putback. And Galatasaray open up a 19-point lead. Five offensive rebounds for Calario. Let's go down to the bench of Limoges. Another look at Calario and the damage that he's been doing tonight. He has been wreaking havoc on the offensive glass. And overall, Galatasaray have really punished Limoges with their offensive rebounding. Yegite over to Long, and the three-pointer is good. Limoges came into this 12th in the league in rebounding, just one spot below Galatasaray, but you wouldn't know it on this evidence. Galatasaray did come in at 11.7 offensive rebounds per game compared to 9.2 for Limoges. Ennis puts it up, and another two for Dylan Ennis. So Galatasaray, you know, and I keep harping on the offensive rebounds, but it's such an important stat tonight. 14 offensive rebounds of their 32 rebounds in all. And meanwhile, just 5 offensive boards for Limoges. Long. Turn around. And look at that. Calario, another board. And Wojciechowski read the pass, knocked it out of bounds. Dylan Ennis, he's only got 8 points. It seems like he has a lot more. Calario now 16 points, 8 rebounds. And just as Dylan Ennis goes out, you catch a breather? No, you don't. Russell comes in. So, no rest for the weary. Coxel, pass down. Oh, look at the bounce pass. The wristage! Beautiful basketball. Boy, you could put that on the highlight reel. That was a terrific play. Hawkins turns it over. And a nightmare scenario unfolding here for Limoges. Not just losing, but losing bad in the opening night of the round of 16. Malkin missed a foul. I mean, the good, you know, the Limoges will be able to remember. It's not to say this game is over, but even if they do go on and lose this game, they started the Basketball Champions League, remember, 0-3, and rebounded with 3 wins to advance to the play-ins, where they won 2 of 3 against MHP Reeds and Lewisburg. So just because we see one subpar performance, and albeit also without some important players, doesn't mean it's all over for Limoges. But right now, they are up against it here against Galatasaray, who lead it by 20. Timeout. But you got to say about Galatasaray, what has to be, again, very encouraging and maybe is the most impressive thing about their performance tonight has been Ristich coming out and Russell and just fitting in so seamlessly. I mean, Ristich now out of the game. He's got 14 points, 10 rebounds, and he's played 16 minutes. Russell, meanwhile, just came back into the game. He's got 11 points and a couple of assists. And Calario, meanwhile, is just having a terrific game. He's got 17 points now and 8 rebounds. So if Ristich has beaten him to the double-double, I would not bet against Calario getting a double-double and having better numbers by the end of the night. He's got 18 points and 8 rebounds. Graves hands it off, and good play, good job staying with it. Schilling. .14 minutes remaining, so a long way to go. Galatasaray, you can't see them taking their foot off the pedal. I mean, they just have looked very good tonight. Ian Hummer comes in, has it knocked away. Ougalon picks up the basketball. Quick pass down low to Wojciechowski, Schilling turns and puts it up and in. So 2 straight trips for Schilling, and the lead is cut further. Still a long way to go. Coxel. 3-pointer from McGee. Not there, but now Hummer comes in and an offensive foul. So he called the foul on Hummer, I believe. Yeah, they did. I guess for putting his right hand on the right arm of Long as he went up. That's all I can assume, unless it happened before that. I didn't see it. Here's Nicola Long. Ougalon. Schilling. He's been productive. Oh, he just pushed off. Nope, he's going to get the 2 points. Calling a flop on Calario, telling him to get up. And the deficit goes back to 16 points. Schilling has given the team a lift here. Kislink back in the game with the 4 fouls. Calario, Russell puts it up, and another miss, and another chance for Limoges. And surely they have to give Schilling a touch. Nope, it's going to be Long putting it up from deep, where their coach talks about balance, and you can appreciate that. But also that, I guess when you're trailing, you don't have to work all 24 seconds, but Schilling has just scored on 3 straight trips. Seems like he'd want a touch. Here goes McGee! And that is the consequence. That is a 6-point swing. Back to a 19-point advantage. Give Russell the assist on that. Long. Going up against Coxel. Ougalon for 3. High arcing shot, and the 3 is good. He can shoot it. He absolutely can bury that 3-pointer. Dumped out to Calario. Back out to Hummer. Russell, a full meter behind the arc. Russell has been right on the money. Schilling, this time, could not control the pass. Coxel has it taken away. 3-on-1 break. Ougalon with a no-look pass, and what a finish from Graves, and full marks to Luca Ougalon. Boy, he looked good on that. Handling the ball in the middle of the court, the bounce pass, no-look variety, I might add. McGee. And they, again, another second chance. Good! And they get punished every time. Russell, a star on the rise in the Basketball Champions League. 17 points. 4 threes tonight. He's only hit 3 free throws after being fouled on a 3. Kislink, tough shot. Wow. That's 9 points for him. I'll tell you what, for a game that is separated by 18 points, this game is full of excitement. So that's how it finishes at the end of the third quarter. It's 73-55. Galatasaray still on top of Limoges. So the numbers decide. I mean, look at the free throws. 13 of 13 for Galatasaray. Calario 4 of 4. Russell 5 of 5. McGee has made his only one. Well, the lead was 11 points at halftime, and now it is 18 with just 10 minutes remaining after a very strong third quarter that's just been turned in by Galatasaray. Tempo, very important. I'm not sure that their tempo, their ability, dictating tempo is what gave them the lead there. However, I think it was more of the same, more offensive rebounds and putbacks. The second chance points tonight, it's a nightmare for Limoges. 20 second chance points have been scored by Galatasaray. If they could have taken care of that aspect of the game tonight, which is easier said than done, this thing would be a lot closer right now. But they just haven't been able to get a rebound. 36-19, 17 more rebounds have been corralled, and the Galatasaray fans, well, their support tonight has been a slam dunk. Kabaja. I mean, we haven't even really talked too much about Kabaja tonight. I guess he's saving his big moments for the next game. McGee dancing around, high off the glass and in. Tyrus McGee's been solid tonight, the veteran. And a foul called on Galatasaray. Tyrus McGee with 11 points tonight. Russell called for the push on Hawkins. Graves. Bougalon in and out, and finally an offensive rebound. Nope, they do not control it, and it leads to a 5-on-3 break. Mustafa over to Kabaja. Three-point shot from McGee, and he's got 14 points. Graves turns around, misses. Ooh. Schilling with McGee getting tangled up there. Crowd reacting. Well, I got to admit, I'm really surprised by how well Galatasaray played tonight. And the alley-oop, and you know who wanted to get on the highlight reel is Kabaja. So Russell said, here, turn this into an alley-oop. And he goes, okay, I will. And he does. Doesn't even come down, just puts it up and in. It looked like McGee might have gotten away. Yeah, it looked like he got away with a little bit of a potential foul there as Schilling ran past. You could see that Zarapovic had words with, or no, Proch had words with him, the Polish referee. Galatasaray appealing for 2 points on that, but well, it has been a struggle tonight for Limoges, and even when they played well, they just haven't been able to get the stops that they need to get against Galatasaray and to get the basketball back. Kislink, another nice drive. You can see why they brought him to Limoges. He does have the capacity to create his own shot and score in some difficult moments. Russell explodes. The ball knocked away. Designate has it. Kabaja called for the foul. So another turnover. Wojciechowski stepped out of bounds. So with 7.5 minutes left, it's looking like Limoges are going to need a minor miracle here, or just a miracle to come back. I mean, it is just not going well for them at all tonight. Kabaja, nice drive, gets it to Hummer. And the foul. Hummer goes to the free throw line. Thing about the round of 16 is, even if you lose a big game like this, oh boy, Hummer missed everything there. Dylan Ennis is going to get off the bench. If you lose a game like this, you can think, well, we'll get him next time. But next time is against Unicaja Malaga. That'll be on January 31st, next Tuesday. So the games will not get any easier. And meanwhile, Ike and Galatasaray will trade blows next week. That'll be here as well in Istanbul. Designated pass, batted away by Mustafa, and the foul on Hawkins. So I believe that's an unsportsmanlike. So yeah, unsportsmanlike foul called on Javante Hawkins. But what you like about Galatasaray tonight in terms of their mental approach to this game is they came in with 2 new players. They came in against a red-hot team, albeit one without a couple of very important players. And they understood that they needed to be on point tonight from start to finish. And after struggling a little bit early on and trailing 8-11, they've gotten to grips with this game. Their confidence has grown. They've played well. And they just have not let up. They've been focused. You know, Pistiolis talked about it during the halftime interview. He said, listen, this is a team that can come back. We have to come out. We can't let up. We have to keep playing hard. And as a club, Galatasaray, you know, remember last year going 1-5 in the round of 16. So this is a part of the competition that they understood where they had to be better. They had to be ready. They had to come out. It didn't matter who was playing, what team, which players. They had to play their best, and they have really played well tonight. Designate makes the pass. Wojciechowski. Hugo Designate makes some nice plays when he gets in the game. A victory for them right now, I think, would be to reduce, you know, to win the game the rest of the way. In other words, to outscore Galatasaray and just try to get that margin of defeat down. But that's how tough it's been. You know, Limoges committing a foul that far away from the basket. Look at this, Dylan Ennis. And Dylan Ennis is probably one of the best players. Once he knows the whistle is going to be blown, or if he hears the whistle, he is getting the shot up to make sure he's going to get a couple of free throws. Remember him from his college days when he played Villanova, then his last year at Oregon. High energy player, but he's really, I think, taken his game to a higher level every year that he's been in Europe. And certainly we've enjoyed watching him play in the Basketball Champions League over the years. Designate. Travels. Well, he was making the right play. He just traveled. I didn't see the travel, but I will trust the referee on that one. So 25-point lead for Galatasaray in the game of the week. And then, oh, the liftoff. And Floyd shows us his hops. First 2 points of the game for Floyd. Schilling, a little jump hook. Great atmosphere provided once again by these wonderful Galatasaray fans. Kabajat driving down low, powering his way up, and offensive foul called on Sadiq Kabajat, the Turkish international. Hawkins, it's been a tough game for Hawkins. He goes out having scored 5 points. He hasn't scored in the second half. Graves is back, and Graves goes down the lane and dunks it. Just a little reminder that they have not seen the best of him tonight. And the next time they meet, perhaps in France, it'll be a different story. Good sharing of the basketball for Galatasaray, and Ennis drives in and finishes with a plum. Three-pointer for Wojciechowski, not there. Schilling kept it alive. And Kislink's pass batted by Ennis. Shot clock about to expire. Graves, good concentration. Galatasaray have just been relentless tonight. If they step on the accelerator, they might get to 100. And there is the accelerator being stepped on. Russell, another three-pointer for him. I mean, what a debut. 23 points. 20 points, excuse me. 5 of 7 from three-point range. And the ball batted out. I could just hear Basketball Champions League columnist Igor Cherkovich. I could just read his words. No bossed, no problem. Darren Thomas is the real deal coming out. And this Galatasaray team is not going to miss a beat. If anything, they're going to step it up a notch. Because Darren Russell is showing he is quite a capable scorer. (92-67). Here's Russell again. Ristic. Again, it's been a terrific debut for him. This time Ennis loses it, quick pass, and Kislink, despite the blowout, at least offensively, has been a real bright spot for this team tonight. Don't forget he's got the foul trouble right now. Ristic knocked out of his hands, and the foul called on Schilling. So Kislink is leading the way with 14 points. And Ristic himself has 14 points. And he's about to go to 16. So Sirma comes in, kind of the forgotten man in this team tonight. So Russell goes out. That's probably going to be it for him tonight. Schilling's just down. Maybe that's it for him as well. And Ennis goes out. Just plays with so much heart, so much energy. Yudazolu comes in as well for Galatasaray. It's always a good sign when Galatasaray or when any team makes their free throws the way that Galatasaray have tonight. 19 of 21 as a team. Now 20 of 22. And this is a team that doesn't just look like, you know, they can win the group. This is a team that looks like they can go all the way they've played tonight. And the question is, can they put in performances like this on a weekly basis? Designate missing. Floyd gets it again. And Designate takes one for the team, gets it back, even trailing. So the offensive foul on Mustafa. To me, it looks like Galatasaray have just said, okay, we're going to bring in two reliable scorers into our team. We're only going to get better. Look at that, Ristic, 18 points. 20 points for Russell, 18 for Ristic. I'd say that's a pretty good job in the signing department, bringing those two guys. So a minute 20 remaining. Limoges just playing out the rest of this game here. Designate tries to get the ball to Mbaka. Ball goes out of bounds. Well, Cancellieri knows his work is cut out. I mean, on the one hand, at least this has happened against a great team on the road, and Designate gets the steal and the putback. It's not ruinous to lose on the road at Galatasaray in the first game. If you're going to lose, you'd rather lose early. Look at him. Designate almost getting another one. Oh, Kislink almost picked up foul number 5. Kislink, oh, nice job. Excuse me, not Kislink. Ristic, nice job sharing the basketball with Floyd. And it looks like Galatasaray are going to get to 100. Here it comes. Ristic and the lob and the dunk. What a way to get to 100, the century mark. And Floyd, keep the big fella happy. And Ristic, you can see he just knows how to play the game. He's like, I'm just going to be the assist man. I'm going to put up some lobs here for my teammates. Ristic plus 29 efficiency after that block. He's got 18 points, 11 rebounds, 3 assists. Russell plus 24. So your 2 highest rated players, also Calario plus 24. So your 2 newcomers have really delivered tonight. And that's going to be it, 100-73. It's not the end of the world for Limoges. It's not been a good night for them, but you got to tip your hat to Galatasaray. They were not going to be beaten tonight. They were focused. They were ready. And if this team can maintain this focus the rest of the way, you know, they will very certainly take one of those top 2 spots in advance. Galatasaray win it 100-73 over Limoges. Well, Galatasaray have definitely added a new layer of quality to their team with Russell and Ristic. And now those 2 will get a sample of celebrating with the fans in the postgame. So no Mihir Awa. Limited minutes from Sansirma. Kabaja probably didn't play as much tonight. Galatasaray, I don't know, they're tinkering with their team. And it looked like tonight they looked a lot more formidable with Ristic and Russell. And we'll see. We'll monitor this team moving forward in terms of chemistry. Here's Russell.
First match, double digits, top scorer of the game and the victory. What a beautiful way to start NEF chapter. What would you like to say?
I'm just happy I got to get the win with these guys. And moving forward, I hope it's a lot more wins. I'm enjoying playing with these guys, and the fans are amazing, so I'm loving it here.
You are here just for a few days, but already Galatasaray fans is cheering your names in the chants. What would you like to say about the NEF team's supporters?
Their fans are amazing, the best fans in the world, so I'm glad I got to put on a good performance for them today.
Thank you so much. Congrats again. Thank you.
Well, the fans will definitely be happy with more performances like that. 20 of 22 at the line, 10 of 24 from three-point range. 25 of 42 inside the arc for Galatasaray, just domination. But, you look at the rebounding tonight, and that'll tell you something. Almost double, 41 rebounds, 18 on the offensive glass, 24 dimes and 8 steals. But, so many second chance points tonight. And the way they crashed the offensive boards was something to behold. Russell with 20, Calario and Ristic each with 18. Link, Graves, and Ugalon 16, 13, and 10 in defeat. It was, I'm stunned by how well they played tonight. Galatasaray, especially with Russell and Ristic just coming into the team. They just looked like they were in a different league tonight. And congratulations to them, and congratulations to Galatasaray. So you look back at some of the highlights, and it's all Galatasaray. They were just in fine fettle. Just quality players. Limoges, not nearly their best. I must say, there have been a couple of times where I've watched Limoges this season and they put up performances like tonight where they just were distinctly second best, and yet they've been able to bounce back and play well. So you never want to write off a team like this, especially with a coach like Cancellieri. But who knows? Galatasaray, the possibilities are there for this team moving forward. I think Ristic will have to play a very important part in that low post for them, as well as Calario. And, you know, Russell and Coxel, and you wonder about the rest of those Galatasaray players that played so many minutes in the regular season. And, you know, some of them like Agba tonight, might hear Agba not dressing out. Sonsirma not playing many minutes tonight. Kabaja didn't look entirely happy tonight for whatever reason. And, you know, this is a team that won convincingly. Tyrus McGee was excellent tonight. Russell. The bottom line is, you know what, if you're going to make your team better, you're going to go out and bring in players that can execute and shoot the basketball the way that this Galatasaray team did tonight. I mean, you got to celebrate that. You get better as a team, and it raises everybody's level in practice and everything else, and that's how you have to look at it. I'm sure that they're going to figure things out as they move forward, but certainly tonight Galatasaray looked like the real deal. We did see Graves go up for the dunk. And there's no question we can see a lot better from Limoges than we saw tonight. They made it this far. They won the play-in against MHP Riesen, Lewisburg, who made it to the Final Four last year. They came here. Their coach said, you know, they didn't want to feel the pressure. They wanted to come out, but the bottom line is, Galatasaray laid the wood to them. And whenever a team out-rebounds you the way they out-rebounded Limoges tonight, they just wanted it more. So that is something that you would hope, if you're a Limoges fan, is going to make them better. And Ristic providing the lob there for Floyd. Look at this. Ristic, perfect pass. I mean, Ristic just was flawless tonight. Highest rated player efficiency-wise on the court. Plus 29. 18 points, 11 rebounds, 3 assists, and 1 block. Hey, the game of the week. Well, we knew this was potentially going to be a great game. In the end, it was Galatasaray just flexing their muscles tonight, coming out and laying the wood to Limoges, who were shorthanded a little bit without their star, Bryce Jones, and their new signing, Miller. But no complaints for Galatasaray with Ristic and Russell coming out and delivering on opening night with a big splash of Dylan Ennis and Calario as well.